What's up, Crypto Crew? Welcome back, or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Mite, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto ocean. So if you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat!
Crypto Crew, even at 1 block per second, Caspa has proven to be a great form of exchange. None of what I say is financial advice, just my conviction I share with conviction. But I personally believe Caspa's growth and recognition is just a matter of time and adoption, as you will see more of Caspa's adoption taking place in the world right now in today's video. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Always remember to protect your crypto investments. Self-custody is key, Crypto Crew, especially amidst this 2025 bull run. In my personal opinion, the Tangent wallet is your best option. Plug and play, easy to use, and the most affordable cold storage. So if you wish to order your Tangent wallet today, you can get 10% off using code CryptoCrew, link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your consideration and support in advance, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all. Nacho the Cat is still the biggest KRC20 meme coin at the making of this recording, securing a listing on Gate.io recently. The KRC20 meme coins are currently struggling. They are all making a correction. However, once Caspa runs on 10 blocks per second, once smart contracts are integrated, the KRC20 meme coins may see a much needed resurgence next to Caspa's own resurgence during this 2025 bull run. As a biased observer, I think the Caspa community is the best community on the entire crypto ocean at the making of this recording, and it is within this community Caspa will grow its exposure and adoption. In the second episode of the new series on the Caspa YouTube channel called Caspa Accepted Here, Chad aka the Rue Barbarian interviewed Wolf, a South African London-based entrepreneur who flipped a £13,000 crypto investment into 300k just a couple of years ago. Now Wolf runs multiple businesses together with his wife, including Wolfy's Bar. Not only does he accept Caspa as a payment in Wolfy's Bar, Wolf is also an onboarder with the aim to start a 360 Caspa community in his area. Shout out to Chat aka Rue Barbarian, Wolf, and the Caspa community.
So you accept CAS. We heard that. So what was the initial reason? Why did you choose to accept Caspa?
The original reason is because Chris and Lavendi showed up and we drank a lot of beer with me, and I convinced me to do it. Chris, who's the CAS ambassador, reached out to me and said, "Hey, Wolf, we want to come have some beers with you." I explained, well, you can have some beers with me and Viking Horns if you're up to it. And he said, okay, cool. We started talking about all manner of things I've mentioned now, about what's happening in society, how we're collapsing in that context, what's the results for it. And then we talked about crypto and its technology, and they started explaining to me how CAS solves the trilemma and the speed of it and the cost of it. And we went a bit in depth in how the Bitcoin transactions work, speed-wise, cost-wise, the issues that I've had with them over the past. And not. And CAS was just an extremely easy solution and also very applicable to resolving this issue. And it's very easy. I mean, you open up a Caspian wallet, people come in, you put in the amount, and they pay with it. And because my organization is structured in a way where I try to implement technology into context of all my integration, I try to get rid of all paper. So then, after the discussion, that's how I decided to take on CAS, accept CAS. And from that day on, we've been taking payments in CAS. I've also switched my NFT from Solana to CAS. So like a portion of my NFT 2024 of them is in Solana, and then 7,976 of them are on CAS, on KRS-721. Because as it's progressed and I started participating, so I became a host on Blockchain Banter with Vending. In that process, I've been very embedded into the community, and we've done the Cas birthday year, and we do the get-togethers here, and all of those things. But one of the things that I truly want to do in the future is, one, start giving people discounts, excessive discounts, if they use Cas as payment. So you see if I can adopt more people into the ecosystem and get people to understand what it is. And then in the future, as we expand, specifically with the NFT program and the wider businesses, if we have enough of these things, I really want to open up venues that only accept Cas, where I have a full-time employee that onboards people so they can become a destination, but also becomes a place where you can onboard.
That sounds great. I mean, it'd be the Cas bar.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Rock the Cas bar. It's very interesting as I talk to people. Like when we started with Caspa, we launched the brand, and we started very early getting merchants to accept Caspa. I mean, so early that we were getting trolled and hammered. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's not even, who's going to use it? And I was like, it's got to start somewhere. So we started seeing that back in late 2022. I mean, there was like 3 or 4 merchants that were accepting it. And I just knew that it's not just about accepting the coin. The coin works. The currency works. As a currency, utility is there. And so when people say, what's the utility? It's like, it's a coin. Yeah. Bitcoin's a coin. It's done its job. And the only thing is adoption. So let's start using it. And slowly picked up. And now we got merchants around the world, like yourselves, on different countries. Some of them, like you and others, are starting to think about a 360 economy. So, paying suppliers in Caspa, getting them to accept Caspa, on and on. And I think you nailed it. Like there's a big difference in the communities. It's a shout out to the community and to that ethos, the story that was embedded really from the core team, the developers, Jonathan and others. There's a genuineness and a humility. It's woven throughout the community. And I see that in the merchants. And that's why I wanted to get you guys on this show. It's not just about accepting a really fast, secure, decentralized currency. It's about building an ecosystem. And like you said, it's about changing lives.
Maybe 8, 9, 10 customers, they pay me in Caspa.
Wow. And now, did you tell them about, are they new Caspians? Like, did they hear about Caspa from you, or did they already know Caspa?
Yeah, from me, yeah.
Nice. So you evangelized and then you converted them into customers.
I have the stickers, and my customers look at, but they don't know where it is. And the next weeks, I make another stick and I accept Bitcoin. And the people, you accept Bitcoin? No, I don't like Bitcoin. I like Caspa.
So that's what Daniel mentioned in his shop in Portugal. He said, I put up these Caspa stickers and nobody talked about it. And then I threw up the Bitcoin sticker. And now people are like, it's another Bitcoin. And they're like, well, sort of, but not really. So anyways, good on you. So what's the future for, you actually mentioned that, so maybe we don't have to go deep into that. But can you talk a little bit about the 360 economy that you're trying to create around Caspa?
There's a couple of layers to this. The first one is completely Cas oriented in the sense that not only do I accept Cas, but I really want to onboard my suppliers and other customers. When I did the Bitcoin onboarding a while ago, and I'm on their X account and I see all the other places that gets onboarded, every month there's more and more places. And there's also good news in the sense that you see the diversity of places that's being onboarded. So it's not only restaurants, you're starting to get plumbers and solicitors and all kinds of things being onboarded now. However, the problem you have is because they're doing these things in isolation, that you literally need to onboard the whole world before you start the economy.
Yeah.
And if you look at any of the very big success stories company-wise, Airbnb, Facebook, all of these things started in very local communities and consumed them that way before they went worldwide. So it's really important that we start implementing it in this way. So the first step, and me and Chris are working on it, is getting suppliers on. So he's working with a beer supplier that's going to provide beer for me, and I'm going to purchase the beer with Cas, and I'm talking to my coffee supplier, etc. There's a multitude of advantages. One, in its purest form, the transaction fees, a significant reduction in cost, not only in purchase from clients, but also in regards to exchange with your suppliers. The value of things. I had, for instance, a Bitcoin purchase, and the Bitcoin purchase was for coffee. It was like £4 in total. But then I saw a couple of months later, I was on that account again, and Bitcoin has raised, and that £4 became £12. One of the biggest issues you have in a world where you've got this massive amount of inflation and cost, transactional cost, is that you're never in front of your cost. You're always behind. So every time you sell something in your supply chain, whether it's your labor or your electricity or anything, something has gone up in price. So you have less margin by the time you sell it than what you originally anticipated. But in this example, it was the other way around. I've actually gained, and there was value in it. So almost like this was like pure gold that I had in exchange. Now that brings the power back to commerce and exchange and the value of money. So it's really important that we focus on that.
Crypto Crew, as I stated and will continue to state, Kaspa's worldwide breakthrough is a matter of time and adoption. Shout out to Wolf, Chad, and the Kaspa community. More to come from Kaspa in terms of new alpha and new adoption. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
Stick around.
Fix your mind before you get to the grind. And with that said, let's continue to escape the matrix. Let's continue to be on the lookout for the next big thing here on the crypto ocean. Grow in grace, and let's make some crypto waves. Say aye.